Famous 1950s War of the Worlds radio broadcast by Orson Welles caused widespread panic among listeners who thought that an actual Martian invasion was taking place. Some listeners even fled their homes in terror, highlighting the power of media to shape public perception. In 1976, a Soviet scientist named Andrei Sakharov won the Nobel Peace Prize, but he was unable to attend the ceremony because the Soviet Union refused to allow him to travel. Instead, he sent his wife to accept the award on his behalf, making a bold statement against government control. In ancient China, it was believed that if you were buried with certain objects, they would ensure your safe journey to the afterlife. Some of the most extravagant tombs contained gold, jewels, and even miniature armies of clay soldiers, such as the famous terracotta army buried with China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. The Dynamite Nobel Prize is named after Alfred Nobel, who invented dynamite, and he established the Nobel Prize Fund after a premature obituary labeled him the Merchant of Death. Nobel was so shocked by the negative response to his invention that he left the majority of his fortune to create the prestigious awards. The U.S. Constitution originally allowed slaves to be counted as only 3/5 of a person for the purpose of representation in Congress, a provision that was part of the compromise between northern and southern states during the drafting of the document. In the 1920s, a man named Richard Reeves claimed to have invented a machine that could teleport objects, but he was quickly dismissed as a fraud. Despite his failure, his claims ignited a fascination with teleportation and contributed to the eventual creation of science fiction stories about teleporting people and objects. In 1980, a hidden room with a treasure trove of gold coins was discovered inside a German castle, Schloss Bietigheim, but the treasure was lost during World War II and its whereabouts remain unknown. The room had been sealed off by the Nazis, and despite extensive searching, no one has been able to find the treasure. The infamous Salem witch trials of 1692 saw 19 people executed based on accusations of witchcraft. But many historians believe the trials were fueled by a combination of paranoia, mass hysteria, and social tensions rather than any real evidence of witches.